A simple routine of 6 gentle exercises for anyone over 50. No equipment, no gym, just 15 minutes a day to boost strength, balance, and confidence. This isn't theory, it's a daily practice in Japan. Since ancient times, millions have started their mornings with these exact moves, staying active and independent well into old age. In this video, I take you through each move, showing you how to do them safely at any fitness level and how they help you age stronger, not slower. Not only that, I will also share an additional method to maximize effectiveness with the perfect combination of exercises. It's great to have you here. Comment your location so I know where we are connecting from. Movement. 1. Shikodachi, the sumo stance. Let's begin with a movement that has been perfecting leg strength for over 1,500 years. Shikodachi, also known as the sumo stance, comes directly from Japan's ancient national sport and has been scientifically proven to activate more muscle fibers in your legs than conventional squats. Here's why this matters for anyone over 50. Research published in the Journal of Gerontology shows that we lose approximately 5% of our muscle mass each decade after age 30, with the steepest decline occurring in our quadriceps and glutes. These are precisely the muscles you need for getting out of chairs, climbing stairs, and maintaining balance. Shikodachi directly targets this muscle loss with a technique that's both gentle and incredibly effective. The sumo stance position activates more muscle fibers in the quadriceps compared to traditional squats, while placing less stress on the knee joints. This makes it ideal for older adults who may have joint concerns, but still need to build functional strength. Here's how to perform Shikodachi correctly. Stand with your feet positioned twice shoulder width apart. Turn your toes outward at approximately a 45-degree angle. This wide stance isn't just traditional, it's biomechanically optimal for engaging your inner thigh muscles, which are crucial for hip stability and fall prevention. Now, slowly lower your hips as if you're sitting between your legs, not behind them. This is critical. Keep your spine naturally straight and your chest open. If you need support, place your hands on your thighs or hold onto a sturdy chair. The goal is to feel your muscles working without sharp pain. Start by holding this position for just 20 to 30 seconds. Remember, sumo wrestlers train for years to perfect this stance. You're building a foundation for lifelong strength. As you get stronger over the coming weeks, gradually work up to holding Shikodachi for 1 to 2 minutes. What makes this movement so powerful is how it addresses the hip mobility crisis that affects most people over 50. At this age, hip flexibility decreases significantly on average. This loss of hip mobility causes a variety of problems, including knee pain, back pain, and balance problems. Shikodachi directly counteracts this decline by opening your hips in multiple planes of movement, while simultaneously strengthening the muscles that support proper hip function. The wide stance with external rotation stretches your hip flexors and adductors, while the lowered position strengthens your glutes and quadriceps. The most common mistake is arching their lower back, which transfers the work away from your legs where you want it. Focus on keeping your spine in a neutral position. If you feel the work primarily in your back rather than your legs, you're likely going too deep too quickly. Another key point is breathing. Many people hold their breath during isometric exercises like this, which can spike blood pressure unnecessarily. Breathe slowly and steadily throughout the hold. If you find yourself holding your breath, you're probably working too intensely for your current fitness level. Progress gradually with Shikodachi. In your first week, focus on learning the position correctly rather than holding it for a long time. Your body needs to adapt to this new movement pattern, and rushing the process increases injury risk while decreasing benefits. Movement 2, Nekawashi Dachi, the cat stance. If Shikodachi builds your foundation, then Nekawashi Dachi awakens dynamic balance and a sense of position. This stance comes from traditional Okinawan karate and directly addresses what has been identified as the leading cause of death from injury in adults over 65, falls. Recent research published in the New England Journal of Medicine shows that 1 in 4 Americans aged 65 and older falls each year, and every 11 seconds, an older adult is treated in the emergency room for a fall-related injury. The financial cost exceeds $50 billion annually, but the human cost in terms of lost independence and quality of life is immeasurable. What most people don't realize is that balance isn't just about your inner ear or vision. It's primarily about proprioception, your body's ability to sense where you are in space. Positional awareness begins to decline significantly and gradually accelerates with age. Nekawashi Dachi directly retrains this crucial system. Here's how to perform the cat stance correctly. Start by standing with one foot slightly forward. The ball of your front foot should lightly touch the ground, like a cat delicately pawing the floor. Your back foot stays fully planted, carrying approximately 70% of your weight. Both knees should be gently bent, and your hips remain square, facing forward. This position will feel awkward initially, and that's exactly the point. Nekawashi Dachi forces your often neglected stabilizer muscles to activate and coordinate. Your ankle muscles, deep hip stabilizers, and core must all work together to maintain this position. For example, in Okinawa, a 68-year-old woman named Aiko began practicing basic stances like Nekawashi Dachi for just 15 minutes a day. Within 2 months, she noticed a dramatic improvement in her balance and stability. She could walk up and down stairs without holding onto the railing for the first time in years. Even more impressive, she hasn't experienced a single fall since starting this routine, something that used to happen to her several times a year. The key to Nekawashi Dachi is understanding that the vast majority of your weight should be supported by your back leg. This is not a balanced weight distribution. Your front leg serves primarily as a balance aid and sensor, gathering information about the ground beneath you, while your back leg develops unilateral strength. Start by practicing next to a wall or sturdy chair for support. Hold the position for 20 to 30 seconds on each side, then switch. Don't worry about perfection immediately. Your goal is to challenge your balance system gradually and safely. As you improve, try adding small weight shifts between your front and back foot, or incorporate slow arm movements while maintaining the leg position. These variations increase the proprioceptive challenge and better simulate real-world balance demands. What's fascinating about Nekawashi Dachi is how it strengthens the intrinsic muscles of your feet. These small muscles create your arch and provide stability, but modern shoes and flat surfaces have weakened them considerably, and strengthening the muscles inside your feet can reduce your risk of falling. The cat stance reactivates these forgotten muscles while simultaneously training your visual and vestibular systems to work together more effectively. This integration is crucial because real-world balance challenges rarely occur in isolation. You might need to navigate uneven sidewalks while carrying groceries, or step off a curb while looking both ways for traffic. Practice Nekawashi Dachi consistently, and you'll notice improvements in your confidence on stairs, your stability when reaching for objects, and your overall sense of sure-footedness in daily activities. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a future episode. Feel free to share it with your friends too. It helps support the channel, and I'm excited to keep bringing you even more fascinating content. Movement 3. Seiza, proper sitting posture. Now we transition from building leg strength and balance to addressing one of the most overlooked aspects of healthy aging, posture. Seiza, which translates to proper sitting or correct sitting, has roots dating back to the Muromachi period and became a fundamental element of Japanese etiquette and daily life. The Seiza position is not only a formal way to sit during tea ceremonies, but is also associated with a serious health problem, especially among older people in Western societies. One study found that after the age of 40, our heads and shoulders tend to fall forward, increasing with each decade. This not only worsens gait and body shape, but also directly affects breathing, balance, and even reduces cognitive function. In other words, poor posture over time is not just a matter of appearance, but also related to overall health and quality of life. Poor posture can reduce lung capacity, reduce oxygen flow to the brain, and increase the risk of falls. More surprisingly, a study published in the journal Health Psychology found that maintaining an upright posture can improve mood and energy levels, while also reducing stress hormones like cortisol. Here's how to perform Seiza correctly. Kneel on the floor with your knees together. Fold your feet so the tops are flat on the ground with your toes pointing backward. Slowly lower your hips until you're sitting on your heels. Your spine should be naturally erect, not forced, but naturally tall. If Seiza feels intense on your knees initially, place a firm cushion between your heels and hips to reduce pressure. This modification allows you to experience the postural benefits while your knee flexibility gradually improves. Start with just 30 seconds to 1 minute and gradually work up to 3 to 5 minutes. Seiza does something remarkable for your body. It deeply stretches your quadriceps and hip flexors, the muscles that become chronically tight from sitting in chairs all day. When these muscles are tight, they pull your pelvis forward and create that hunched over posture we associate with aging. The hip flexor tightness is directly correlated with increased lumbar lordosis and forward head posture. But Seiza also activates your deep core muscles and spine stabilizers. Unlike sitting in a chair where your back muscles can relax and weaken, this position requires active engagement from your postural muscles. It's like a gentle strength training session for the muscles that keep you upright. Just 5 minutes daily over 12 weeks resulted in improvement in spinal alignment, an increase in deep core muscle activation compared to control groups. The beauty of Seiza is that you can practice it while watching television, reading, or meditating. This passive integration into daily activities means you're constantly working on postural improvement without dedicating separate exercise time. One important consideration is progression. If you have knee problems or limited flexibility, start with very short holds and use cushioning. The goal isn't to endure discomfort, but to gradually restore natural sitting patterns that modern furniture has compromised. Movement 4, Zazen, seated meditation. Zazen, literally meaning seated meditation, transcends simple meditation to become a powerful isometric posture that simultaneously develops mental clarity and physical strength. Originating from Zen monasteries during the Kamakura period, this position was maintained by monks during hours of daily meditation, simultaneously developing mental and physical resilience. What makes Zazen particularly relevant for adults over 50 is its profound impact on the nervous system. The problem is that chronic stress speeds up cellular aging and contributes to age-related diseases, including cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. Zazen directly counteracts these effects through measurable changes in brain structure and stress hormone production. Sarah, a 62-year-old teacher from Boston, began meditating for just 15 minutes each morning. After 8 weeks, she felt calmer, more focused, and less stressed. A year later, she says meditation hasn't just eased her mind, it's kept her sharp and energized, making her feel years younger. Here's how to perform Zazen correctly. Sit on the floor with your legs crossed. If you can manage it, try to get each foot up on the opposite thigh in lotus position, but simple cross-legged sitting works perfectly well. The key is your spine position. Imagine an invisible string pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. Your shoulders should be relaxed and open, with your chin slightly tucked. Zazen deeply engages the spine-stabilizing muscles, particularly the multifidus and transverse abdominis. Your core is activated to maintain the upright position, while your legs experience intense stretching of the quadriceps, hip flexors, and adductors. This combination strengthens your deep postural muscles while improving hip flexibility. Zazen meditation combined with conscious breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, reduces cortisol production, and promotes cell regeneration. This isn't just relaxation, it's measurable physiological repair happening at the cellular level. Start with 5 to 10 minutes daily, focusing on slow, natural breathing. Don't worry about achieving a perfectly empty mind. Simply maintain the posture while observing your breath. Over time, aim for 15 to 20 minutes. You'll notice improvements not just in your spine strength, but in your stress response, sleep quality, and even pain tolerance. Another useful piece of information is that practicing meditation can reduce the intensity of chronic pain through changes in the areas of the brain that process pain signals. For adults over 50 who are facing arthritis, back pain, or other uncomfortable age-related symptoms, this is a powerful non-drug intervention. Movement 5, Kibadachi, the horse stance. If Zazen tuned your inner strength, Kibadachi brings that power outward with a stance that has been used by samurai warriors and karate masters for centuries to develop extraordinary leg strength and mental fortitude. Today, you're not training for battle, you're training for independence and confidence in your daily activities. Kibadachi, meaning horse stance, mimics the stable position of sitting on horseback. It is specifically designed to increase leg strength, lateral stability, and awaken muscles that most people no longer use effectively as they enter old age. Research published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research shows that isotonic exercises like Kibadachi can increase muscle strength and improve muscle endurance. Here's how to perform Kibadachi correctly. Stand with your feet parallel and approximately twice shoulder width apart. Lower your body as if sitting in an invisible chair, keeping your thighs as parallel to the ground as possible. Your knees should track over your toes, never collapsing inward. Keep your back straight and your weight evenly distributed between both feet. Start by holding this position for 30 seconds, focusing on steady breathing. This will feel challenging immediately, and that's exactly what makes it so effective. Your quadriceps, glutes, adductors, and deep hip stabilizers are all firing simultaneously, creating functional strength that directly transfers to daily activities. Work up gradually to holding Kibadachi for 1 to 2 minutes. Japanese martial arts masters often maintain this posture for 5 minutes or more, but remember they've trained for decades. Your goal is progressive improvement, not matching elite martial artists immediately. In addition, Kibadachi exerts significant beneficial loading on the hip, knee, and ankle joints, while improving force distribution and joint stability. This means you're not only building muscle, but you're actually increasing bone density through controlled mechanical pressure. If balance is a concern initially, practice near a wall for support. Focus on keeping your weight evenly distributed and avoid letting your knees collapse inward, which can stress the joint inappropriately. Train Kibadachi consistently, and you'll notice improved stability when walking on uneven surfaces, greater confidence stepping off curbs, and enhanced overall lower body power for activities like climbing stairs or getting up from low chairs. Movement 6, wall squat, the invisible chair. For our final movement, we're combining all the principles we've learned into a technique that perfectly fuses ancestral Japanese wisdom about sustained postures with modern sports science discoveries. The wall squat, while not traditionally, represents the evolution of isometric training principles that have been perfected in Japan for generations. This exercise has gained extraordinary popularity in rehabilitation and fitness settings since the 1980s because of its unique ability to build functional strength while remaining completely safe for people with various physical limitations. The wall squats activate the same muscle groups as traditional squats while reducing spinal compression forces. Here's how to perform the wall squat correctly. Stand with your back flat against a wall, feet about 12 inches forward, and shoulder width apart. Slowly slide down the wall until your knees are bent at a 90-degree angle, like you're sitting in an invisible chair. Make sure your knees are stacked directly over your ankles, not shooting past your toes. Now hold this position, breathing deeply and evenly. Start with 30 seconds and gradually work up to 2 to 3 minutes over time. You'll feel intense activation in your quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and core muscles. This comprehensive muscle recruitment makes wall squats incredibly efficient for building functional lower body strength. The isometric exercises, including wall squats, are among the most effective types of exercise for lowering blood pressure. The study suggested a specific routine: 4 sets of wall squats held for 2 minutes each, with 2-minute rest periods, performed 3 times per week. This finding is particularly significant for elder people, as high blood pressure affects approximately 45% of American adults and is a leading risk factor for heart disease and stroke. The fact that a simple, equipment-free exercise can provide measurable cardiovascular benefits represents a game-changing intervention for healthy aging. Another benefit of wall squats is improved knee stability while reducing the risk of common injuries. The isotonic nature of this exercise stimulates muscle capillaries, improves blood circulation in the legs, and contributes to overall cardiovascular health. Studies also show that regular wall squat practice contributes to bone density maintenance, crucial for preventing osteoporosis. The controlled loading forces generated during the exercise provide the mechanical stress that bones need to remain strong and resilient throughout the aging process. An interesting adaptation popularized by Japanese trainers involves placing a soft ball between your knees while performing wall squats. This variation intensifies activation of the thigh adductors and promotes better knee alignment, addressing common movement patterns that contribute to knee pain in older adults. Focus on breathing steadily throughout each hold. If you find yourself holding your breath, you're probably working at too high an intensity for your current fitness level. The goal is challenging but sustainable effort that you can maintain while breathing normally. The art of nourishing the body, Harachi. You have just learned 6 powerful movements to strengthen your frame, improve your balance, and align your posture. We have been building strength from the outside in. But true, lasting strength and longevity, according to Japanese philosophy, is a holistic concept found not only in how you move your body, but also in how you nourish it from within. This brings us to our final and perhaps most impactful movement. This is not a physical exercise, but a time-tested principle for living, Harachi. This concept originates from Okinawa, one of the world's blue zones where people live the longest and healthiest lives. The phrase translates simply to this: eat until you are 80% full. The relevance of this ancient wisdom, especially after age 50, is now being confirmed by modern science. Studies consistently show that modest caloric restriction is one of the most effective ways to extend lifespan and reduce the risk of age-related diseases. When we eat until completely full, our bodies work overtime for digestion, creating stress on organs and promoting low-grade inflammation, a root cause of aging itself. Harachi is not a restrictive diet, but a sustainable mindset of moderation. How do you practice this correctly? It's not about counting calories, but learning to listen to your body. The most important key is eating slowly, as it takes approximately 20 minutes for your stomach to signal your brain that it's full. When you eat quickly, you easily bypass this signal. To slow down, chew thoroughly, and put your utensils down between bites. Another powerful technique involves using smaller plates and bowls. A moderate portion looks more abundant on a smaller dish. Focus solely on your meal by turning off the television and putting away your phone. When you eat mindfully, you become more attuned to your body's subtle satisfaction cues. A practical way to begin is pausing when you've eaten about 2/3 of your usual portion. Take a sip of water and ask yourself, is my hunger gone? Am I satisfied? More often than not, you will be. The goal is not to feel hungry, but to feel no longer hungry. After eating, you should feel light and energized, not tired and lethargic. Like mastering any movement, this takes practice. Don't be discouraged by occasional overeating. Every meal is another opportunity to practice listening to your body. If the 6 physical movements build your structural foundation, then Harachi builds your metabolic foundation from within, creating a complete system for aging with strength and vitality. Your perfect routine. Now that you've mastered all movements, let me show you how to combine them into a powerful daily routine that fits seamlessly into real life. The beauty of this Japanese-inspired system lies not just in individual exercises, but in how they flow together to create a complete practice for both body and mind. The Japanese have mastered something Western fitness culture often misses. Consistency always beats intensity. These movements require no gym memberships, expensive equipment, or complex scheduling, just 15 minutes of intentional daily practice that can transform how you age. Your morning activation routine takes just 2.5 minutes and includes 3 movements to awaken postural muscles and prepare your body for daily activities. Start with 30 seconds of Seiza to activate postural muscles. Move into 1 minute of Zazen to center your mind and engage core stabilizers. Then finish with 30 seconds of Nekawashi Dachi on each side to challenge your balance system. The evening strength routine lasts 4 minutes and focuses on releasing daily tension while building deep strength that maintains independence as you age. Begin with 1 minute of Shikodachi to open hips after a day of sitting. Progress to 1 minute of Kibadachi to build crucial leg strength and mental discipline. Then end with a 2-minute wall squat that serves as your progress marker. The first 2 weeks represent your foundation phase, where you focus on learning correct positioning rather than holding exercises for maximum time. From weeks 3 and 4 onward, begin adding 15 to 30 seconds to each hold every week. This embodies the Japanese concept of Kaizen, small, consistent improvements that compound into remarkable transformations over time. Research shows that gradual progression reduces injury risk by 60% while maximizing long-term adherence to exercise programs. The 15-minute total commitment isn't arbitrary, but represents the optimal duration for maintaining long-term adherence while providing significant health benefits, as longer sessions often lead to scheduling difficulties and eventual abandonment. Conclusion: what you've learned today represents more than just 6 exercises. You've gained access to a time-tested system for aging stronger, not slower. These movements have kept millions of Japanese people active and independent well into their 90s, and now you have the knowledge to apply these same principles to your own life. The adults who maintain regular physical activity, lower risk of cognitive decline, fewer falls, and maintain independence 15 years longer than sedentary peers. But here's what's truly remarkable about this Japanese approach. It's sustainable, gentle, and accessible, regardless of your current fitness level. Start with just the morning routine tomorrow. Spend few minutes practicing Seiza, Zazen, and Nekawashi Dachi. Notice how your body feels throughout the day. Add the evening routine when you're ready. Within 2 weeks, you'll start experiencing the benefits that have made these movements a cornerstone of healthy aging in Japan for nearly a century. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about consistency and gradual improvement. Every day you practice these movements, you're investing in decades of future strength, balance, and independence. If you found this valuable, subscribe for more evidence-based longevity practices from around the world. Share your progress in the comments below. Which one feels most challenging? Your feedback helps me create better content for our community of people committed to aging optimally.